Coming up on Dixie Sun News at noon, find out how voting has changed on Dixie State campus, what common campaigning tactics are no longer legal.
And a new health and wellness center is coming to campus, why students should be excited about the improved services.
What are an LDS apostle, a former NBA champion, and a one-time Black & Decker CEO doing at a Dixie State basketball game? It's not a bad joke, I promise. I'll have the answer and more in sports.
You're watching Dixie Sun News with Missy Perry and Bo Yenchik. The voice of Dixie State University, Dixie Sun News at noon.
Welcome to Dixie Sun News at noon. I'm Bo Yenchik.
And I'm Missy Perry. Thank you for joining us. DSU has new policies regarding official student election regulations aimed to make voting more fair and non-confrontational. Those campaigning for office this year will be able to not confront students on campus asking them to vote a certain way anymore. According to one of the new policies, campaigners may not use the candidate's name when asking a student to vote. They may instead ask generic questions like, "Have you voted today?" Also, if campaigners hand a student an electronic device to vote on, the campaigners also may not be in view of the screen when the student votes. These new policies will be important in allowing students to vote their conscience without being pressured to vote a certain way.
Unlike other university students around the United States, co-eds at Dixie State University continue to choose to commit through marriage, a trend that is decreasing during this decade. I hit the campus to see what other students have to say about tying the knot.
I think marriage is what you make of it. If two people love each other, any sex, any gender, whatever it is, they should be together. Love is love. It should be equal. It shouldn't be looked down upon how it is nowadays. I think it's all about the effort you put into it. As long as it's mutual and if it's lasting, then hopefully it works out.
It's the foundation of society in general. I'd say that it makes the backbone of how people live, how they should be raised. I mean, I'm married myself. I have a daughter. Having a husband and a wife, two different people, meaning different gender, makes a huge difference. Where the mother is very nurturing, caring, where the father is there is support financially, help. Mother raised the kids as well, but they both have different roles that, fulfill the need. And, if the parents aren't there to help the children, they're the future of the society. If the children don't have any parents or anyone to go to help them, they're going to suffer, and society will suffer. So, yeah.
So, Kurt, what's your opinion on marriage?
I think it's a good thing, something I hope to do someday. I'm not exactly ready for it at the moment, but I definitely think it's an important part of society, and it's something that pretty much everyone should get the opportunity to do.
Marriage to me is like the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me. It's about finding someone who you're willing to spend the rest of your life with, and someone who will build you up and is not afraid to help you with your weaknesses, but doesn't criticize you. And like for me, my husband's just someone who makes me feel like a stronger person, and he's just made me overall a better person.
Most students would agree. Being married teaches important lessons like patience, commitment, and hard work. For more information, visit dixiesunnews.com. Dixie State University's Student Success Center is looking for student peer mentors. The SSC was specifically created to help educate students about the resources on campus and make sure they're doing well academically and socially during each school year. The SSC is looking for students who have good social skills and can maintain a 2.8 GPA or higher. Peer mentors are required to work at least 5 hours a week as a paid position. As of this year, peer mentors will initially reach out to all incoming freshmen.
Construction is underway for Dixie State University's new Health and Wellness Center with the purpose of helping students maintain good medical and mental health. Dixie Sun News reporter John Holland brings us a story.
Renovations on the new location for the Health and Wellness Center here on 100 South are nearing completion.
It's going to take about 60 days. We're about halfway into it. I'm supposed to be finished. I say supposed to be, so by spring break.
The new location will make the Health and Wellness Center be more accessible.
The building that it's in currently has been that property, that the campus, the college owns those buildings, that property has been sold. So it was either move it or don't have it anymore, and obviously when we want to have it, it's a service that's needed by the student body, and they use it heavily. This year we had to raise the fee that the students pay from $10 to $20. It's always been $10, but this year, because the demand on the services has increased so much, we had to increase the co-pay office visit to $20. Basically, then what will happen is the students will pay $8 more in a year than they are now, but they will have free services.
One of the things we are exploring very aggressively is the ability to build insurance. We need to provide services that help them deal with symptoms that they bring.
Because our motivation is to keep the students well so they can be successful at school.
From one student's perspective, the changes to the Health and Wellness Center are for a good cause.
It's not just based all around just making money. It's based around helping people.
For Dixie Sun News, I'm John Holland.
The new Health and Wellness Center is scheduled to open right after spring break. In other news, in celebration of Black History Month, Nelson Mandela's granddaughter, Swati Mandela, spoke at Dixie State University Thursday. Addressing the rising concerns in the community about current political changes, Mandela says bridging divides and finding your own path are important ways to improve society. Mandela says we all have the power within ourselves to overcome limitations and make a difference in the world through small actions. And now with Ryan Sports.
So Ryan, tell us, there's an LDS apostle, there is an NBA coach, legend, whatever you want to call him. Tell us all about that.
It kind of sounds like a bad joke, honestly, but it's really what really happened over the weekend. A special celebration for Dixie State as the school honored one of its great former basketball coaches. Coach Doug Allred was honored Friday and Saturday by former players, associates, and friends, including, and this is where the bad joke is not a bad joke, former player Jeffrey R. Holland, a current apostle for the LDS Church, Lionel Hollins, a former NBA champion, all-star, and coach as well, and Nolan Archibald, also a former NBA player and CEO for the Black & Decker Company. Now, the events were highlighted by a special ceremony during the halftime of the men's games, where all of Coach Allred's former players in attendance presented him with an autographed game ball. During Coach Allred's 15 years at Dixie State, or at that time it was Dixie College, his teams won 2 NJCAA Region 1 championships and 4 Intermountain Collegiate Athletic Conference titles. After his coaching career, he was named the athletic director and was inducted into the Dixie State Athletic Hall of Fame in 2009. Now moving on now to the Lynx, Dixie State's men's golf team put together a solid outing as they finished 10th overall in the Visit Stockton Cactus Thaw tournament, say that 3 times fast, at Brookside Country Club in Stockton, California. The Trailblazers were led by sophomore Nicholas Britt, who finished with 5 birdies and no bogeys while finishing tied for 13th overall. Keeping the theme of warm weather sports, the Dixie State women's tennis team closed out its 3-match trip at Cal State LA with an 8-1 loss on Sunday. Now the 5-2 Trailblazers do return home and will hold serve as they host Colorado Mesa at the Bell Tennis Courts. So again, quite the eventful weekend, an opportunity to honor one of Dixie State's great head coaches in Doug Allred. So it was a fun time for everybody and for all in attendance to kind of see some of those past players and recognize Coach Allred's achievements as a former alum and coach. So it was a lot of fun.
Perfect. Thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
And that's a wrap for our February 15th edition of the Dixie Sun News at noon.
Thank you for joining us. We will see you right here next week, same time, same place.